Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make some risotto with butternut squash. Let me give you the ingredients. Okay, so for risotto with the butternut squash, we're going to need about 3 cups of the arborio rice, Italian rice. And then about a quarter of a butternut squash. So I use about this much. So I did cut it, peel it, and dice it up. And then we're going to need some garlic, about 2-3 cloves. Mince, a quarter of onion, mince. If you don't want to use this, you can always use shallots, okay? Just mince it up. And we're gonna need some butter, about 4 ounces. And also, I'm gonna use some fresh thyme, just a few sprigs. Some fresh Parmesan or shaved Parmesan or dry Parmesan, the one comes in the cans or the bottles. And also, we're gonna need about 9 cups of water. So remember, when we're making rice, it's 1 cup of rice to 3 cups of liquid. So I'm gonna show you the next step. So what I did, I put my butter, half of butter, 2 ounces, and then we're gonna cook our butternut squash with a few sprigs of thyme. Okay. And we're just gonna let them cook for about 3 minutes approximately. Okay, and it's the same procedure for the same all the risottos, pretty much. The basics. You're just gonna change your main ingredient, but the same procedure goes for all the risottos. The garlic, shallots, rice, water, cheese, and then sometimes we can add some olive oil. Or depending what kind of a risotto we're making, but most of the time it's finished with oil, butter, and Parmesan cheese, depending on the risotto. Okay, so we're gonna come back and show you the next step. Okay, now I add the garlic and the onion. Okay, and you just barely cook them, and then you add your risotto. Okay. And we're gonna cook it for about 2 minutes or so. Okay, and we're gonna come back, add the salt, pepper, and some white wine, and then the water. Okay, now we're gonna add the wine. Okay, you can use any white wine, cooking wine, your choice. Moscato, whatever you want to use. And then salt, pepper to taste, a little bit. And then we're gonna keep measuring our seasoning as we go. Okay. Now we're gonna add the water or vegetable stock, chicken stock. Okay, we're gonna add little by little. So that way, we can adjust our richness from the risotto. And just keep stirring, You can leave it for a little bit and then come back and stir it again. So it's gonna take about half an hour. So we're gonna go by steps, alright? So I'll see you in about 5 more minutes. Okay, so it's been about 6 minutes or so. And I add more water, okay? So still halfway cooked. And you just keep stirring, or you can leave it like that, but just make sure you stir it once in a while. And if you're not gonna use it right away, I would suggest you to cook it about 3/4 of the cooking temperature, like halfway there, and then let it cool down. And then whenever you're ready, just grab whatever you're gonna need and just warm it up, add a little more stock or water, and finish it to order. Because if you don't need it right away, it's gonna be very stiff, very hard. So it's like a rock, like they say. It looks like a matone. So just make sure when you make the risotto, make sure you eat it right away. So that way it's not like hard. I mean, you can always save it to make arancinis or something else, but that's another recipe. Okay, we're gonna come back and another 5 minutes and finish our risotto. Okay, so this is our Our risotto looks like when it's almost done. It's been about 12 minutes. So remember, I only put a half of the butter stick. Now we're gonna finish it with the other half, so 4 ounces in total. Then you just keep stirring, mix your risotto so that way it's nice and creamy. It's not tough. Okay, and then you can use your any kind of Parmesan cheese that you like, your whatever brand, or you can use the authentic Parmesan cheese, real Parmesan. Okay, up to you, whatever you want to do. Okay, and just keep stirring, and we're gonna come back and serve our risotto so that way you know how it looks like when it's done. Okay, I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so this is our final presentation on the risotto. What I did, I put some brown butter and fresh thyme, to crisp it up, and then add a little more of the butter at the end, and some shaved Parmesan on top. Okay, so hopefully you guys like this recipe, and if you guys have any questions, more recipes, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, follow me on YouTube and Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Enjoy.